Good morning, yogis. Happy Thursday. Here is Frida, and my name is Francesca, and I am gonna guide you through a beautiful yoga class this morning. All right, Frida's gonna stay with us. It's raining here in California, and it's a little chilly out there, so she decided just to lay with us and have a little fun. As you can see, we have a little extra time, so we were able to create an outfit for Frida. She's super cute in there. She's loving it. It's also an eco-friendly, biodegradable fabric what we used here for Frida. All right, Frida. And you can just lay down here. All right. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Nice to see you all. All right. Hi, Monica. Here's Frida in her new outfit. Wanted to show you. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Erica. Everybody can check out Frida's new outfit. How cute she is. Maybe next time around she can teach a yoga class for us. All right. Shall we start? Make sure that you have some props if you need some blocks or strap if that's what you need today. And when you're ready, we're gonna get ready. Thank you so much. We're gonna get ready and get settled onto our mats. Let's come into a child's pose. Bring the knees nice and wide onto the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Drop the hips down to the heels and then just stretch the arms forward. For the first couple breaths, allow your shoulders to be heavy, the hips to be heavy, the fingers to be soft. Allow the forehead to melt down towards the earth, towards the mat, softening the jaw. Letting the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth, softening your teeth. Just shifting the focus to the breath. Start to fill up the lungs a little bit more, pulling the air a little bit deeper with each and every inhale. And see if you can soften something else in your body every time when you exhale. We're going to take 3 conscious breaths here together. Open your mouth, audible exhale, release all that stale air out of the lungs. Create that AJA sound in the back of the throat. Then seal your lips. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Fill up the lungs all the way to the top. Hold it there. Reach your fingertips more forward. Separate the fingers away from each other. Lift up the forearms and elbows away from the mat. Then keep your lips sealed and exhale out through the nose, creating the same HAA sound in the back of the throat. Start to turn on that Ujjayi breath. Once again, deep inhale in through the nose, keeping the lips sealed. Feel that beautiful air as it comes in through the nose. Start to create that tapas, that heat in the body, creating that AJA sound in the back of the throat as you keep your lips sealed. Exhale everything out from your lungs. Allow your body to soften down to the mat. Empty out the body, empty out the lungs. One more just like that. Deep, conscious, rich inhale breath in through the nose, pulling the air all the way to the bottom of the lungs, all the way. Filling up the lungs on the left side, on the right side, the bottom, the top, all 4 corners. Hold it there. Keep your lips sealed. Exhale, creating the same HAA sound in the back of the throat, turning on that nice Ujjayi breath. Hold on. Keep on with this beautiful Ujjayi breath. Continue the breath in and out through the nose. Gently turn the head from one side to the other. Massage out the forehead. Then gaze up to your fingers and rise up all the way into a tabletop position, all fours. Coming onto your hands and knees. Gaze down in one spot. Keep the back of the neck long. Pull the belly in. Let's go through a cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round it out, tuck the chin to the chest. Come back to center. Turn the palms around. Point the fingers towards the knees. Stretching out our wrists. And go through another round of cat and cow. Keep a micro bend into the elbows, protecting the joint. Good job. Come on back to center. Flip the palms around. And walk your hands just a little bit more forward. Spread the fingers, tuck your toes under, and lift your hips high for your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bending your right knee, releasing the left heel down to the mat. Shifting the body weight to right, to left. And find stillness in your downward facing dog. Wrap your triceps down towards the earth as you spin your biceps up towards the ceiling. Create space for the head, for the neck. Micro bend the knees and lift the tailbone higher. Now feel how you're lifting the thigh bones up into their sockets. And then maybe gently melting the heels down towards the mat. And maybe gently softening the backs of the knees towards the back of the room. Pull the belly in, take a deep inhale. And exhale out through the nose. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Come on into your Ragdoll Uttanasana. Grab onto opposite elbows. Sway your body from one side to the other. Maybe tuck the chin towards the chest a little bit more. Align the crown of the head to come deeper. Gently shifting the body weight into your toe mounts. Bring the hands behind your lower back. Interlock the hands. Press the palms together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And slowly lift the fist towards the ceiling. See if you can straighten the elbows, maybe all the way to straight. Maybe lift the fist a little higher. Create space in between the inner shoulders and inner ears. Release the hands down to the mat. Don't heel your feet all the way mat distance apart. Point your toes out, the heels in, and squat down into Malasana. Bring the hands to your heart center, lift up your chest. If you feel tighter, this is a great place. You can actually use a block and sit upright onto your block if you need that. Alright? Pushing those elbows a little bit more into the ear knees, lifting the chest up, bring the thumb towards the heart. And then slowly release the hands back down to the mat. Bring your feet back, hip distance apart, make your feet parallel and walk all the way out into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, open up through the palms, press all 10 knuckles down to the mat. Lift the thigh bones away from the mat, engage your thighs and wrap your tricep muscles back. Hold it here. Then bring your feet together. Keep your right palm down, turn to the side for side plank Vashisthasana. You can always modify by dropping the bottom knee down. See if you can tuck the tailbone under, engage your glutes and lift the hips a little higher like you're squeezing a block in between the inner thighs. Good, then release the left palm down. Bring your feet together, roll all the way to the other side. Left palm down, right arm to the sky. Reach the right fingers higher, open to the chest. Stack the top hip on top of the bottom hip. Pulling the belly in, reach. And slowly come on back to center, high plank position. Drop the knees down, tuck the tailbone under. Maybe bring the hands a little wider and allow your elbows to go slightly out to the side for the first couple of chaturanga. Slowly lower the chest, just halfway, and push yourself back up. Good, then slowly lower again. You don't have to squeeze the elbows in for the first couple ones, just warming up the body. And maybe that's a better position for your arms anyway. You don't want to squeeze those elbows in. Good, one more. Slowly push it back up. And come on all the way down onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, point the elbows to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades. Press into the tops of your feet, spin the inner thighs to the ceiling. Lift the kneecaps away from the mat, and with the next inhale, start to peel your chest away from the mat. Keep your glutes engaged, keep the legs engaged. Pressing the pink edge of the feet down to the mat, squeezing the shoulder blades. Maybe lifting the palms just a half of an inch away from the mat, squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. Now reach the arms back behind you, turn the palms down, lengthen to the back of the neck. Make your tricep muscles even more engaged. Reach the fingers towards the heels. And interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the fist away from the glutes. Keep the glutes engaged and slowly start to lift both legs just an inch away from the mat. It's not about how high you can lift those legs. It's about how long you can make the whole spine. So reach the big toes back, the crown of the head forward, and maybe lift one more rib away from the mat. And slowly release. Place your hands next to your floating ribs. Point the elbows to the ceiling. Press into the tops of your feet, engage the legs, and start to rise up into upward facing dog. Now, if a full upward facing dog is too much, then maybe keep the elbows bent. Maybe don't lift the thighs away from the mat. Maybe just come up into another cobra pose if that's better. And exhale, glide back, downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and let it out. Inhale, gaze forward, exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Bring your feet together, big toes to touch, heels to touch. Slide your palms up onto the shin bones. Bring your micro bend into the knees. Then reach the crown of the head more forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then push the shin bones into your palms. So you almost have that sensation that you're gonna fall forward, but your core, your strong core is supporting you. Maybe soften the backs of the knees and start to make the legs a little more straight. But you can always keep a bend into the knees. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Maybe you want to wrap the forearms behind the calves. Pull the forehead to the shin. I don't know if you guys can see, but Frida is doing a beautiful downward facing dog. Good, inhale, come back into a halfway. Lift your fingers, can be down onto the mat or onto your shin bones. And exhale, once again, fold forward. Inhale, lift the arms up, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach the palms to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms back up, adding a baby back bend, go plus the arms, just gently push the hips forward, keep the glutes engaged, and as you squeeze the shoulder blades, open up through the chest. Inhale, come back to center, exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, exhale, fold forward. We're going to do these mini sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, exhale, hands back to heart. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, find that baby back bend in the top, maybe open up your chest a little bit more, engage your glute, engage your core, come back to center, exhale, fold forward, coming all the way down with a strong core. Halfway lift as you inhale, exhale, fold forward. One more, inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky, breathe in, lengthen, exhale, hands come back to your heart center. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Open up through the chest, tucking the tailbone under, keeping the glutes engaged. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, step back. Sorry, girl. High plank, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, come on back into your downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Good, with the next inhale, come on forward into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Exhale, push yourself back into your down dog. 2 more times. Inhale with the breath, belly strong, reach the chest forward. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. The whole time, wrap your triceps down. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, push it back. And now we're going to start to add push-ups to it. Inhale, come forward into a high plank pose. Slowly lower down, Chaturanga. Push it back into your high plank pose. And downward facing dog. Again. Inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Push it back into your high plank. And come back to down dog. Alright, we're going to add on the full one. Inhale, come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog this time. Lift up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips come high to the sky. Lift the right leg halfway up. Turn the right toes down to the mat. As you exhale, pull the knee to your nose and round to the upper spine. Make your back leg strong. Pull the right knee closer to your forehead. Tuck the chin to the chest. Now keep the right knee this high. Gaze forward. Step the right leg all the way forward. Come up onto your fingertips. Pull the right hip back. Reach your chest forward. Lift the belly an inch away from the right thigh and fly the arms back behind you. Keeping the back leg strong, reaching your fingers back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Reach with the sternum forward, reach the left heel further back, engage to the left leg. The left palm comes down and right arm to the sky, twist it down. Pulling the belly in, lengthen through the spine. Reach the right fingers to the ceiling, push the earth away with the left palm. Release the right palm down to the mat. Drop the back knee down. Point the left toes back. And inhale, lift up the arms. Sink a little bit deeper into your hips. Start to open up that hip. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, sit down deeper. And straighten through the right leg. Come into a half split pose. Flex the right foot back. Pull the right hip back. Reach with the sternum and the chest forward. Keep the lower belly engaged and slowly go a little bit deeper down. And then shift the body weight forward, plant your hands, tuck the back toes under, lift the left knee away from the mat, step back into a high plank pose. Lower slowly halfway, hold, press back into a high plank, and back into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg halfway up, point the left toes down, exhale, bring the knee to your nose, round through the upper spine, gaze back to the left knee. Now lift the left shin a little higher, gaze forward and step the left leg all the way forward. Guide your left hip back. Make your right leg strong. Pull the belly in. Come up onto your fingertips. Then engage your core and fly your arms back behind you. As you lift with those arms, Your left hip wants to sneak out to the left side. Can you pull it back to the center line? Guide it back like I'm placing a strap around your hips and pulling your hips back behind you, especially on the left side. I'm gonna take a deep inhale and exhale. Release the right palm down to the mat. Stabilize through the hips and lift the left arm to the sky. Twist and turn in your waistline. Push the earth away with the right palm. Lift the left fingertips to the ceiling. Good job. Release the left palm down to the mat. Drop the right knee down, point the right toes back. And lift up your chest. Place the hands onto your left knee. Allow your hips to sink a little deeper. Now lift up the arm. Hold the belly in, lift up from the waistline all the way to the ceiling. Maybe sit down a little bit deeper. Find that energy from the belly button up to the fingers, lifting you up from the lower back. But still feel that sinking sensation in your hips, so you allow your hips to open up. And release the hands down to the mat, shift the body weight back. Coming into a half split pose. Flex the left foot to the face, pull the belly in, reaching the chest forward, maybe go a little bit deeper down into the pose. As you're plugging the left hip back into the center line, plugging it back into its socket. Good, then release. Shift forward, plant the palms, tuck the back toes under, lift the right knee away from the mat, step the left foot back to meet the right, lower down, chaturanga, hold, then press back into a high plank pose, back into downward facing dog, hips come high to the sky. Take a slow inhale through the nose, and exhale, let it out. Inhale, gaze forward, exhale, step hop, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingers down onto the mat or onto your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose. Shift the body weight back to the heels. Make your toes lighter. If you feel like you are tensing in your upper trap area, then maybe open the arms a little bit wider into a V shape and gently turn the pinkies towards each other. Straighten out through the elbows. Drop the thigh bones deeper. Focus back onto your breath. Now sit an inch deeper, keep the spine long, fly the arms back as you reach the chest forward. Straighten out through the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Interlock the hands behind your back. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Sit down just an inch deeper. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your forehead down to your shin. Lift the fist higher to the sky. Find that opening through the chest. Release the hands down to the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. When the palms step, jump back, go through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, just halfway. Then lift, shift forward and bring the right knee to the right tricep. Glue the right knee to the right tricep. You can start to bend the elbow. Maybe come down halfway to that chaturanga. Or maybe come into hurdler pose, catching the left ribs with the left elbow and lifting the legs away from the mat. And come on back. Right leg high to the sky. Lift it a little bit higher. Open up to the hips slightly. And as you exhale, bring the right knee to the left tricep. Hold it there. Squeeze it in. Twisting your upper body. Inhale your right leg back to the ceiling. And exhale, step it all the way through low lunge. Set up the back foot for warrior one. Come up onto your fingertips. Guide your right hip back. And make your back leg strong. Push the outer arch of the left foot down to the mat. Feel the connection with the left leg. Now make your core stronger. Lift the belly and reach the arms back behind you. Feel how the chest is the extension of your back leg. You're working on hugging the right hip back. And you're working on rotating the left hip more forward. At the same time, keeping your belly nice and strong. And inhale, rise up, warrior one, lift up the arms. Twist the left hip slightly more forward, pull the right hip back. Bring the hands behind your back, interlock the hands, lift up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, slowly start to lean forward again. And you can hold it here. Keep the back heel down, chest is reaching forward, or you can try to go a little bit deeper. Shimmy the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Drop the crown of the head down to the mat. Squeezing the shoulder blades, and maybe sit a little bit deeper into your right thigh. Inhale, lift up the arms. Warrior one. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back into a high plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows in this time if you can. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg halfway up. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left tricep. Squeeze it in, hold it here. That's a great option to really warming up the core, the oblique. Or maybe you want to try to experiment to bend the elbows, come into that chaturanga arm. Or you can go so deep, then you can catch the right ribs with the right elbow and maybe come into balance, hurdler pose. Good job, inhale. Left leg back to the ceiling. Lift it up a little bit higher. Open up to the hip. Exhale, bring the left knee to the right tricep. Cross it underneath the body. Hold it here. Turn on the left side oblique. Lift the left knee a little higher. Inhale, left leg back high to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through low lunge. Set up the back foot for warrior one. And right away, focus onto your lower body. Pull the left hip back. And as you make your right leg strong, you're pressing the outer arch of the right foot down to the mat. Now keep guiding the left hip back and guiding the right hip forward. Turn on the core and lift up the chest just halfway. Reach the arms back behind you. Now as soon as you lifted the arms, your hips want to go all the way back into that same original position. So keep guiding the left hip back, turning the right hip forward. By doing that, keeping the back leg, the right leg, as strong as you can. One more inhale, reach the chest forward. And one more exhale as you stay here. Then inhale, lift up the arms, find your warrior one. Fix your hips again. Pulling the left hip back, guiding the right hip forward. Re-engaging the back foot. Maybe see if you can go a little bit deeper into your warrior one. But keep pulling the belly in and pulling the ribs towards each other. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlock the hands, place the awkward index finger on top. Lift up the chest as you inhale. And you exhale, you're going to start to go forward. Reach with the chest. Find again the same position with the hips. Constantly guiding the right hip forward, pulling the left hip actively back. And then maybe you want to go a little bit deeper. Shimmy the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. And let the crown of the head to come down deeper. Feel the connection with the back heel. Guide your left hip further back. Pressing into your back foot. Inhale. Lift up your arms. Rise back, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back into a high plank pose. Lower down, bending the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift up your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come high to the sky. Take a strong inhale through the nose. And let it out, exhale. Good, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, lift up. Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now shift the body weight to the right leg and lift the left knee up and away from the mat. So your left knee is lifted, your right leg's down, your left leg is lifted. Hands at your heart, figure four. Open up the left knee out to the side. Cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. And sit down nice and deep. Now as you sit down in this pose, because our hips are in a weird situation, you want to favor the right sit bone to send it back towards the right back corner of the mat. Try not to do that. Send the right sit bone straight back behind you so you're keeping the hips level the whole time. Flexing the left foot towards the face. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Maybe you want to bring the forearms down onto your shin. Good job. Slowly rise back up. Lift the arms to the ceiling, lift up the left knee and keep the left heel in front of you without bending the right leg or leaning back. Instead, lean more forward and reach more up. See if you can lift the left leg a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, send the left leg back, coming into an airplane arm warrior three. You can bend your standing leg as much as you need that, protect that hamstring muscle. But try to make the left leg, your lifted leg, as straight as you can. Turn on the thigh on the left leg and spin the left inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Reach with the chest forward. Good. Slowly start to bend your right leg and step back into warrior one. Inhale, lift up the arms, back foot turned in, right leg forward, left leg back, warrior one. Then exhale, open to the side. Warrior two. Turn the right toes forward, make your back leg strong and straight. Push the outer arch of the left foot down to the mat, then extend the arms and reach to opposite directions. Now, squeeze the tricep and bicep muscle together more in order to keep those arms lifted. But try to soften the shoulders away from the ears. Now, pull the belly in. Try not to create a big arch into your lower back. Imagine that you can tug the tailbone more under, pull that lower belly in, and lift everything straight up towards the brain. Sit down a little deeper. Bend your right knee more, but send the right knee directly towards that second toenail. Now reach forward, coming to extended side elbow. Right elbow down, left arm to the sky. Maybe slowly you want to start to release. I have a block. I'm going to grab my block. So you can place the block to the outside of the right foot. Place your hand onto that block. And then reach that top arm all the way forward. Now hug the right hip back to the center line. Most likely, your right hip wants to swing out to the side behind you. Don't let that happen. Hug that back into the center line and re-engage with the back leg open through the chest. Fingertips can go down to the mat if you want to go a little bit deeper. Turn on your core, keep the back leg strong, lift the left arm back to the ceiling and rise back into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, try to keep the front knee bent. Reach the right arm back behind you. Then come back into warrior two. Come forward into a modified side angle. Right elbow down, left arm to the sky. Now bend your top arm. Turn first. Turn the left thumb towards the back of the mat and bend the left elbow. That's an internal rotation of the arm. So you find a nice opening through the left side, chest, left side, shoulder. You can stay right here. Try not to put all the body weight onto the right knee. Keep lifting using the core. Or maybe reach the right arm behind you and find a bind. Now if you like to play here, go into Birds of Paradise. You can gaze down to your right big toe. Step the left foot back, forward next to the right. Come on first onto your right tippy toes. And squeeze the right inner knee into the right tricep. Then see, focusing on one spot, maybe you can lift the right leg up and away from the mat. You can hold it here. Or you can experiment by kicking the right foot out to the side. Try to keep the standing leg strong and straight. Then slowly start to release the right leg back down. Try to keep the bind as you step the left leg back behind you. Then open up from your bind. Lift up, come back into warrior two. Straighten out through the front leg and reverse your triangle. Reach the right arm back. Left arm is resting onto the left leg or maybe finding a bind behind your hip. Then bring the head down to the mat and step back into a high plank position. Go through your vinyasa. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Good job. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out, let it go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway, Ardha. Exhale, fold forward. Good, inhale, rise up all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands come to your heart center. One-legged Tadasana, this time, you're gonna lift the right leg up. Lift up the right knee. Good. Hold it here. And we're gonna come into our figure four onto the right side. So watch those hips again. Your left hip wants to go towards the back left corner of the mat. Don't let that happen. Sit back straight behind you. Guiding the hips straight behind you, like I placed a mini chair right behind you, trying to find that with your glutes. In the meantime, flex the right foot towards the right knee and feel that opening through the right hip. Maybe your forearm's gonna come down onto the shin. Maybe you're just gonna keep the spine upright. Either way, try to make a flat spine here. Good job. Slowly lift up the chest. Then slowly lift the right knee back into that one-legged Tadasana. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Turn the palms towards each other, then kick the right heel in front of you. Make your left leg, your standing leg, strong and straight, and lean more forward and up. Then slowly, we're gonna stand the right leg back without touching the mat. Come on into that warrior three variation, reaching the arms back behind us. Now your left leg, your standing leg, can be bent. But I want you to focus on this whole glute area, outer hip area. I want to make sure that you're keeping that engaged. You're not sinking into your joint. Reach the chest forward, pull the belly in, engage the arms, and re-engage your lifted right leg. Then bend your left leg and come on into warrior one. Back foot comes down, arms up to the sky. Guide your right hip forward, pull the left hip back, find that nice strong warrior one. Then open to the side, warrior two. Now you can adjust your feet, maybe step your feet a little wider. You can be in a heel to heel alignment in this warrior two. Then guide that left hip back and then start to send the left knee towards the second toenail by softening the left inner thigh forward. Arms up, reach away from each other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze over the left shoulder, left fingers. Soften the inner shoulders away from the ears. We're gonna go into extended side angle. Left elbow down, right arm to the sky. Alright, so this is another place I'm gonna turn around. You guys can stay the way you are. No need to turn around. You can use that block placing behind the left foot and reach the right arm to the ceiling or right up and overhead instead. Bring the bicep to the ear. Now bring your focus back to that left hip and hug that left hip back to the center line. Point the left knee straight forward. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you feel like you can bend your front knee a little bit more, maybe you can release the fingertips to the outside of the left leg. Now keep your left knee pointing straight forward, hug the left outer hip back into the center line, reach the right arm to the ceiling, and come on back into your warrior two. Good, back leg is strong. Reverse your warrior, keep the bend into the front knee, turn the left palm down, then come back into your warrior two, sit down deeper. Extended side angle, modified variation, left elbow down, right arm to the sky. Now internally rotate the right arm, turn the thumb towards the back of the room, bend your elbow, reach back behind your back. Good, you can feel free to stay right here, you don't need to go into a full bind. If you want, you can try to go for the full bind, but if your chest is falling forward and you have no chance to open up to the chest, probably a half bind would be a better option for you, alright? So make a decision, which one you're doing. If you have the full bind, gaze down to the left toe, step the right foot in, shift the body weight to the right foot, come up onto the left tippy toes, then squeeze the left inner knee into the left tricep, lift up the left leg. First, reconnect with the standing right leg. Make that strong. You can keep the left knee bent if you want, or you can add on and kick the left toe out to the side. Slowly, if you have the foot extended, rebend it. Keep the bind as you step the left foot down to the mat, step the right leg back behind you. Now open from your bind. Come back into your warrior two. Reverse your triangle, straighten out to the front leg and reach the left arm back behind you. Maybe find a half bind with the right arm. Then bring the hands down to the mat. Come on into high plank position. Pause in your high plank and come on down onto your forearms. Forearm plank. So if you have a block, you can gather your block around and place it in between the hands like that. If you don't have the block, your challenge is going to be to keep the wrists and the elbows in one line. So this is what wants to happen. Your hands want to go inward, and that's just going to put too much pressure onto your shoulders. So try to push the forearms down, keep the elbows and the wrist in one line. You can have the block in between the hands. That can actually help you with that. So block is an option. You don't have to have a block. Elbows align the wrists. Tug the tailbone under. Body's a nice long energy line. Tune in with the breath. Pull the belly in. And take a moment to scan through the body. There are certain areas in your body where you're tensing a whole lot and you don't need to tense. That must be your jaw, your teeth, your upper trap, those usual areas. When there are a couple areas in our bodies, we should bring a little more effort into. So just take a moment here to go through the body. It's a comfortable pose to do that. And make sure you check in with every single inch of your body, making sure when you need to hold on effort, you are doing it. When you need to let go some tension, you do that as well. Then drop the hips down, come on into Sphinx pose. Reach the chest forward, push into the forearms. Guide your chest more forward, glide it up to the ceiling. Good, and come on back. Tuck your toes under, let the hips and knees away from the mat, coming into that forearm plank. And walking into dolphin. Start to walk the toes in towards the elbows. Now start to watch those elbows and your wrist and palms. The palm's gonna go inward, your elbow's gonna sway out to the side. Try to keep them in one line. Bend your knees as much as you need it. Then pull the belly in and lift the chest away from the mat. Don't let the chest to sink down towards the earth. You're keeping a nice long spine here. Hold it here. 5 more breaths. So you can just keep the feet down to the mat, or you can start to lift the right leg up and away from the mat. Pressing into both forearms equally. Lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone to the sky. Then switch it to the other side, or just simply hold your forearm or your dolphin pose. Lift the left leg from the left inner thigh. Try to make your lifted left leg straight, even if you have to bend your right knee. Good, then release the left foot down to the mat. Walk back into the forearm plank and hold there 5 more breaths. Sternum is reaching forward, your thighs are lifting away from the mat. Your jaw is soft. Two more breaths. Good, and drop the hips and the belly down to the mat. Come on back into Sphinx pose. This time you're gonna bend your right leg, reach back for your foot or ankle, and then start to pull the right heel a little closer to the body. So you may be right here, and that's absolutely fine. Turn your chest more forward, and then maybe you pull the right heel closer to the body. Maybe your right heel comes really close to your body, and you can flip the palms around, point the right elbow to the ceiling, wrap the fingers around the toes, and then gently guiding the right heel to the outside of the right hip. Try not to sink into the left shoulder, push into the left forearm. Good, then come on back to center. Press the right forearm down to the mat, we're not sinking, we're lifting up. Bend your back leg, reach back for your foot or ankle. If you have the connection, turn the chest back forward, and you stay maybe right up here, and that's great. Maybe your left foot wants to come closer to your body, and eventually you can flip those fingers around, wrap the fingers around the left toes, point the left elbow to the ceiling. Reach up to the right shoulder, press into the right forearm, lift up from the right shoulder. Then release. Good job. Come on back into that forearm plank. And again, block can be really, really useful. You're going to try to go upside down. If you don't want to go upside down, don't worry. You can repeat either the forearm plank. That's a really great posture to get you stronger for getting ready for any arm balances. You can come into dolphin pose and hold your dolphin, maybe lift one leg at a time, all right? So you have a ton of options. We've done all of them. Choose one, whatever serves you the most, all right? Come on back into forearm plank. And then slowly start to walk your toes in towards the elbows. This is already an option. You may just want to hold your forearm plank. Maybe you want to start to lift those legs up and away from the mat, or you want to go upside down. Now you're going to know right away which one is your stronger leg, which one you want to swing. The opposite leg you're going to bend. That's going to be the leg that's going to push you up, right? Push the forearms down, gaze more forward, and do a couple hops. Couple hops. Couple hops. Now when you do these hops, can you keep your core engaged? And then maybe you can swing up the legs so much that you can balance into your forearm balance. Pincha Mayurasana. That sounds better. Tuck the tailbone under, keep the lat strong. Do it a couple times, and then when you're ready, come on back into that Sphinx pose. Alright? Maybe do another round. Try to pick up in the other leg. If you're holding your dolphin pose, take a little rest in your Sphinx pose, and then go up for your second round. So you can hold your forearm plank, you can hold your dolphin, you can lift one leg and the other leg away from the mat, or go for a little bit of a hop, and hop, and hop, and then see if you can eventually find a little air time. Push down into those forearms. Try not to let the fingers to come closer. Lifting up from the shoulders, pulling the belly in. And when you're ready, come on back, forearm plank, and release it down. Good, now you're gonna stretch back into child's pose this time. Open the knees, drop the belly in between the inner thighs, stretch the arms forward, let the forehead come down to the mat. Take a couple breaths there. And come on back into your tabletop position, all fours. And go back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips high to the sky. Inhale your right leg up. Point your toe and lift it nice and high. And then bend the knee and circle the knee around a couple of times. Open up through the hip. Good. Now release the right foot next to the left. And come on forward into a high plank pose. Keep the left palm down. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot. And then lift up the right knee. Bring it into a tree pose variation. Maybe add the right arm up to the ceiling. Lift the hips a little higher. And then open up through the right hip by guiding the right knee away from the right inner thigh. Good. Now come on into a high plank pose from here. Point the right knee out to the side. You can hold it here or maybe lower down into your chaturanga. Push it back. And come on back into a three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your knee. Now this time, if you feel okay with that and your shoulders can handle it, you can flip your dog and reach the right arm to the sky. If you feel that your left shoulder cannot handle that, this is too much, then you're just gonna hold it up here and circle the knee around a couple of times, or just simply letting the right heel fall over to the left side. If you flip your dog, reach the right leg back to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, step it all the way through to low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted, right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, rise up into a high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Hold the belly in. Sit down deep into this pose. Then reach the arms by your side and lean the chest forward. Interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach with the chest. Guide your right hip back. Good. Then release the arms. Turn the palms towards each other. And then slowly start to reach both arms forward. Lengthen out through the spine. Reach back to that back heel. Lift the left kneecap away from the mat. Good job. Now bring the hands to your heart center. We're going to step up into warrior three. Shift the body weight forward into the right leg. Now engage your back leg, your left leg, and start to lift it up from the left inner thigh. Again, you can bend your front knee if you want, and you can use a block here for a modification. Now make sure that you are turning, pulling the right hip back, engaging the right hip, and then lifting the left leg from the left inner thigh as you're making the left leg strong. If your hands are down onto the block and you feel like you could try it, then maybe fly those arms back behind you. If your hands at your heart center, fly your hands back behind you. Maybe interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release the hands down to the mat. Come on into the standing split. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Good. Now without touching the mat, start to come up into one-legged Tadasana, pulling the left leg forward and lifting the left leg up. Bring the hands to your heart center. Figure four again. Cross the left ankle on top of the right knee and sit down deep into your figure four. Flexing the left foot. Staying here or maybe lean forward. Then hands down onto that block or maybe down onto the mat. Or maybe your hands can come all the way to flat. And then you're going to come into a flying pigeon pose. By hooking the left toes to the outside of the right tricep, lifting the right leg up. Slowly start to come back up. Lift the left leg high. Then come on into eagle pose on the left side. Grab the left leg over the right thigh. And then the left elbow underneath the right. You find your variation. Grab onto opposite shoulders. Finding a kickstand with your toes, absolutely fine. Or finding a full bind. That's fine too. Elbows and knees are in one line. Lift the forearms away from the knees. Bring the elbows aligned with the shoulders. And maybe gently start to press the forearms more forward. Feel that opening in between the shoulder blades. Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the elbows together. Now slowly start to round down. Bring the elbow towards your knees. Good, then slowly come on back up and release. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank pose. Go through your vinyasa. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Now inhale, lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Lift it nice and high. Bend the knee and circle out the hips a couple times. Good, then release the left foot next to the right. Shift forward into a high plank pose. Right palm stays down. Roll over to the other side and lift the left arm to the sky. Now we're going to come into that tree variation. Lift up the left knee. Bring the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Point the left knee to the ceiling. Find balance. Maybe gaze up to the ceiling. And slowly bring the hands down, left hand down to the mat. Keep that tree-like variation. Hold your high plank or maybe lower down halfway. Then push it back. Good. Inhale. Your left leg high to the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips. This time, if you like to do that, if your shoulder can handle it, and we did on the other side, maybe you want to flip your dog. Then come on back into a three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, step the left leg all the way forward, low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted. Come up onto your fingertips and reach the arms back behind you. Find that nice long line again from the back heel all the way to the crown of the head. Then interlock the hands behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, guide the left hip back, reach the right hip more forward. Good, then release the grip. Bring the hands to heart center. Then we're gonna come up, we're gonna reach the arms first forward, Turn the palms towards each other, lengthen out from the spine. Pull the left hip back. Good, now guide your hands to your heart center. And we're gonna step up into warrior three. So you can use the block here as well. Start to lift the right leg up and away from the mat. And reach the chest forward. If you're not using the block, your hands can start at your heart center. You're making the left and right leg strong and straight. And if your hands are down onto that block, you can start to fly the arms back behind you. And if your hands are at heart center, you can fly the arms back behind you as well. Reaching the chest forward. Engage the muscles around the left hip. Try not to sink into the left hip joint. Then interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Release the grip. Now release the hands down to the mat. Come on into a handstanding split. Start to lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Bring the forehead towards the left shin. You can also grab behind the left calf. Grab the left forearm behind the left calf to lift the right leg higher. Now without touching the mat with the right foot, we're going to rise back up into that one-legged Tadasana. Bring the hands to your heart center. Cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Figure four. Sitting down slowly into that figure four. Again, watching the hips, sending them straight back behind you, not letting them to go out to the angle. Flexing the right foot, keeping the spine long. Maybe bring down the forearms onto your shin. Hold it here, that's fine. Just keep the spine long. Or maybe your fingertips can go down to the mat. Or maybe your palms can go down to the mat. You can hold the right toes to the outside of the left tricep, lean into your chaturanga arms, and maybe just practice leaning in today. Maybe you want to practice picking the back foot up. Maybe you find a little bit of an air time, hold it there. Or engage the left glute, your core, lift the left leg up. Slowly, with control, start to rise back up into that one-legged Tadasana. Wrap the left leg over the right leg, and then swing the the right arm underneath the left. So your right leg over, your right elbow is under. You find a kickstand, you find opposite shoulders, or you find the full bind. Square your hips and shoulders forward, stack the elbows on top of the knees, then squeeze the inner thighs together, squeeze the forearms, and start to lift the elbows all the way shoulder height. Pressing the forearms forward, pulling the belly in. Slowly release. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step, jump back. Go through an optional vinyasa. Make your way back all the way to downward facing dog. And come on down onto your knees. Sit down onto the mat. Good. We're going to do a little bit of a work onto our core. I'm not sure that everyone has blocks, so we're not going to use the block, all right? We're just going to lay down onto our backs. Bring the hands underneath the hips. Keep the back of the head down. Point your toes to the ceiling. And slowly start to release the right leg halfway. Now as you do that, watch what happens in your middle. Your belly wants to pop out. Pull it back in towards the spine. Good. And then switch out the legs. Right leg up, left leg halfway down. Now with the breath, exhale, shh, and exhale, shh. Exhale, pulling the belly in, lower back is nice and long, and exhale. Now bring the right leg down, and then release the left leg to meet the right. Then slowly start to lift the shoulder blades away from the mat, gaze to your toes, maybe lower the legs a little bit more, and hold it here. You can keep the palms underneath the hips, or you can release them with a little trick and reach the arms forward. Hold it here, pull the belly in, engage your thighs, hold for 5, for 4, for 3. We're gonna come up all the way into both bows, bend the knees, squeeze the shoulder blades. You can grab behind the knees if you need that support, or keep reaching the fingers forward, palms turning towards each other, and maybe you're gonna stretch the legs all the way to straight. Hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly lower down into your Ardha Savasana, low boat pose. Legs are strong and straight. Hold with the breath. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the shoulder blades, lift up the right leg. Left leg is in 45. Interlock the hands, release the index finger and cross your thumbs for your steeple grip. Bring your right leg directly over the hip and reach up to that right ankle. Reach up to that right ankle. So if you bring the leg close to your face, if you're super flexy, that's a way easier thing to do it here. So let's not use our flexibility. Let's use our core. Come on. Lift it up. Shh. Good. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if this is I should have said earlier, but if this bothers your lower back, you can always bend the knee and do it a little bit lower, or you can keep the bottom leg down onto the mat, okay? Let's switch it out to the other side. So remember, you can bend your left knee and reach here, or you can keep the bottom leg down if you have a lower back situation. If you don't, lift the left leg high, and let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, bring the leg a little bit away, yes. Come on, I have to do the same thing. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Hug the knees onto your chest. Then lift the legs up to the ceiling. Cross the right ankle on top of the left. Right ankle in front of the left ankle. Alright? Squeeze the legs together. Make the legs as straight as you can. Try not to bring the legs closer to the face. Bring them away from the face so the heels are right over the hips. Bring the fingertips behind the ears. Crunch up to your knees. Then tuck your tailbone under and lift the hips away from the mat and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the hips down, drop the shoulders down, switch out the grip, left ankle in front of the right, squeeze the legs together, bring the legs a little bit away from the face, lift up the chest, squeeze it in, and then tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the ankles together, lift the legs, lift the hips, and hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Hug the knees onto your chest, give yourself a squeeze and hug. Oh, feels so good. And release the legs down to the mat, coming into bridge pose. Soles of the feet down into the mat. Feet are perfectly parallel. Arms by your side. Press into the outer arm bones and lift the hips up and away from the mat. Engage your glutes, engage your outer hips. Now, imagine that I put a block, a perfect block in between your inner thighs, so your knees cannot go out to the side. You're holding on that block. Now you're tucking the tailbone under, squeezing onto the outer hips, and maybe interlock the hands underneath your hips, pressing into the pink edge of the palm. Tuck the chin to the chest, and slowly release. All right, you can have one more round. You can repeat exactly the same thing, bridge pose, or you can go upside down, Urdhva Dhanurasana, Via pose if you like to do that. Then you're gonna flip the palms around, place it next to your ears. First, come up onto the crown of the head. Bring the elbows closer together, fix your shoulder blades, slide them away from the ears, and then slowly press into your palms, straighten out through the elbows. Again, imagine that you have that block in between the knees. Don't let the knees to go out to the side. Engage your outer hips, soften your glute. Hold it here. 3 more breaths. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, come on down onto your mat. Soles of the feet together, knees falling out to the side. Place your left hand onto your heart, right palm onto your belly. Good job. And hug the knees onto your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Come into a happy baby pose. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Excuse me. Reach from the inside of the knees to the outer arches of the feet. Good. Then release the sole of the left foot down to the mat. Excuse me. Grab onto your right shin bone. And then slowly start to pull the right leg closer to your face. Now maybe you're going to bend your right leg. It's absolutely great. I'm going to keep my right knee bent to protect my hamstring. But if you feel like it's totally fine, then straighten out to the right leg. Then again, if you want to go deeper, you can start to slide the left heel all the way out. Your left leg is long. And then gently pulling the right shin closer to your face. Okay, you can bend your right leg and assist the right knee over to the left. Or you can keep the right leg straight and then guide the straight right leg out to the side. Maybe grab with the left fingertips on to the outer arch of the right foot. Your right hand comes out to the side, palm facing down, and you gaze over the right shoulder. Good, that nice twist. If your right leg is straight, you're gonna feel a nice intense stretch in your IT band. It's gonna feel so good. Then come back to center. So the right foot is down onto the mat, your left leg is up to the ceiling. Bend your left leg as you start to pull the left shin towards the face. So on my right side, I could keep my right leg straight, but I know my left side is way tighter. So I'm trying to match up the two sides and balance out the body between right and left side. You can slide your right heel forward, making the right leg straight as you keep gently pulling the left shin towards the face. Again, finding areas in the body where you don't have to tense anymore. Mostly your jaw, maybe your shoulders, upper traps. Good, then I can bend your left leg and guide it over to the right, or you can grab onto the outer arch of the left foot, and then you guide the left leg, straight left leg out to the right. Turn the left palm down and gaze over the left shoulder. If your knees bend and if you want to go into an easier variation, you can keep the left palm facing up to the ceiling, keeping the left arm into that goalpost situation. Nice job. Gently come back to center. Hug both knees onto your face. Good. Now make both legs straight. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Keep the knees bent. And without lifting the lower back away from the mat, see if you can start to pull the shins towards the face. So it's not this. Your hips, your lower back is down onto the mat. So you're just stretching out the entire leg on both sides. Keeping a nice bend into the knees. That's a great idea to protect the hamstring. And in this posture, it's almost like Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. We just reverse so we can really keep that spine long. Good job. Release, hug the knees onto your chest. And then extend the legs all the way forward. Turn the palms to the ceiling. Finding that last resting position or Shavasana. Just taking a couple conscious breaths here. Tuning into the breath. Take another deep inhale through the nose. And a nice open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Bring some gentle movements into your toes, into your fingers, rolling around the wrists, the ankles. Turning the head from one side to the other. Hug the knees onto your chest. Give yourself one more squeeze. Bring the right arm by your side. Roll over to your right side. Right arm underneath your right ear as a little pillow. Press into the left palm, gently guide yourself up into a comfortable seat. Cross your shins, sit down onto your mat. Bring the hands to your heart. Gently bow in front of your heart. Taking a moment to notice the difference, the shift in the body.